Hot topics, knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig through dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady, and we have got a great show for you today. Of course, you know I'm always with my guy, Marty McFly, but he's behind the scenes today doing his thing. And today we have a great guest that I have gotten to know through some of my interesting exploits. Now, for those of you that have followed the show, you know I like being outside. I love being around people. I love doing different things such as scuba diving. I want to do some skydiving, but you know what else I really love? Horseback riding. And along the way, I've met a gentleman that not only provides the opportunity for me to be able to go horseback riding, he provides that opportunity in a multitude of ways that has began to serve our community, or that has been serving our community. And I just thought it'd be a great opportunity for you all to get a chance to meet him and actually get a little look behind his mission. I'm talking about the gentleman sitting right next to me, named Daryl Fletcher with SOOFA RANCH. And I want you to tell the people real quick what SOOFA stands for.
Well, it stands for Stretch Out on Faith Again.
Love it.
Which is basically an acronym. Many times, you know, we come across people who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they've gone through life and they've experienced so much setback that they don't want to try anymore.
Right.
They get stuck in a place of complacency, and not only complacency, they get comfortable and they don't even have any ambition anymore. So what we try to do, what we endeavor to do, is we want to provide an atmosphere where people, where you come out, you ride a horse. Maybe you had a bad horse experience when you were a little kid.
Absolutely.
Or maybe there was a business that you started and it didn't work. Or maybe there was a relationship that didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out. We want to provide that atmosphere for a person to stretch out on faith again.
I love that.
To try it again.
That's
to just push yourself and put yourself in a position where, you know what? I'm going to try.
And you know, I love that so much, because even though when I met you, once again, we're talking to Daryl Fletcher with Stretching Out on Faith Ranch. You can find him online at SOOFA RANCH. And we'll go into that a little bit later. But the reason why it was so powerful when I met you was because I had fallen off a horse. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah.
And my daughter was the one that actually found you online off TikTok.
There it is.
You know? And I was like, so she brought it to me, and I came, and admittedly, I was a little bit nervous. With you having this ranch and, you know, talking about stretching out on faith again, in your experience, have you noticed that that's kind of, you know, a lot of the people that come to you are a little nervous about being around horses?
Yeah, 80% of people that come to me have never been on a horse. And in that percentage of 80%, there's a high percentage of people who have been around horses or had a bad experience with horses.
Yeah.
And just like yourself, I fell off. My uncle put me on a horse and the horse took off. Or you know, there's just all these different crazy stories that I hear.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we try to do is we want to be a person that can provide an atmosphere where they can overcome anxiety, they can build that confidence that they really need, and we actually use horses to build that character as well. So you recently had an experience here on the ranch.
Yes, I sure
where
did.
you like, oh, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what's going on. And then when we actually got out there, he was like, oh my gosh, that was a great ride.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, what's the difference? I said, you got out of your head.
I got out of my head.
Because see, what we do as human beings is we create worst case scenario in our head, and that scenario not even around.
Yeah.
So we see ourselves falling. We see ourselves failing. We see ourselves having a bad experience. Why?
Yeah.
Because what we have to realize is we don't make decisions, we only follow patterns.
Oh, that's so good. I want to pause right there.
Go ahead and pause.
Quick. I want to pause right there. And the reason why I'm pausing real quick is because this man has a story. And on Doni Jones Live, we like to bring people to you that have a story. And so this is like the story behind the story. So I want you to go into that a little bit detail. But real quickly, because we jumped right in, who is Daryl Fletcher and how did you get here?
How did I get here? Well, Daryl Fletcher is a eclectic person. I have an eclectic background. I played semi-pro basketball. I was a fashion designer. I worked in ministry, all these different things.
Yeah.
And I started riding horses when I was around 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then my father introduced me to horses. And then several months after my father introduced me to horses, he passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so after my father introduced me to horses, my mother gave me a book on horses, on how to draw horses and how to sketch and, just make horses look all pretty. Now, I never learned really how to draw horses, but I learned how to ride. And so when I turned 21, I went horseback riding. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is liberating.
It is.
This is the feeling that I've been looking for.
Yeah.
And I had, went on little pony rides and trail rides. I was one of the kids, you remember in the old supermarket where the horse would be in the little front and he just do like this?
I loved those when I was a kid.
That was
going
my
around in
joint.
a circle.
Yes.
Over and my mom used to be like, we're not doing Donnie, before we get to it, don't ask.
Don't even ask. I don't got a quarter and it's not happening. So don't even ask. But I would ask, and my mom would find a quarter, and I'd be on the little thing in front of the cat.
That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I turned 21, I was like, man, I love riding. So I started consistently taking lessons and consistently riding. Anytime I went on vacation, that was a part of my activities. And so it was just one of the things that I fell in love again with those horses. And so I started doing other things like fashion design and ministry and all these different things, but I always really had that passion.
You always came back to horses.
Always came back to horses. And as a person of color, that was not necessarily something that was associated.
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because we have these moments where we say, well, black people don't do this.
Yeah.
Or black people don't do that.
Yeah.
And so it's great that you mentioned that.
Yeah, because it was pigeonholed where black people only did this with horses.
Yeah.
And truth be told, 2/3 of the cowboys in the Old West were black or Native
people.
American.
That's right.
If you go deeper than that, if you study history, one of the things about horses, the kissing sound like this that we make to go, to make the horse to go, that comes from African people.
Get out of here.
There is a tribe, and the tribe starts with the C. I can't think of the full name right now, but they have the clicking sound.
Yes.
It's the people. They brought those people over from Africa to train the horses, and now it's a universal thing of what we utilize horses in order to train, because they'll respond to that sound. That noise that comes from the tribe in Africa. Yes.
Wow. I am going to have to look that up. That's amazing.
Yep.
That is absolutely amazing. So somewhere along the line, you went from fashion design, you got into ministry, but with Stretching Out on Faith, again, ranch, how did that come to be?
Well, when I was working with kids, I really knew the power and the impact that a horse can have on a person's life.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to create an environment where I can intercept a kid from going through the judicial system. Yeah. And, all right, hey, you don't got to go to jail. You can come over here and work on the ranch.
You better than I am. Just kidding. I'm sorry. No reason. Okay, I'm not. I have a heart.
Okay.
I have a heart for the kids. But we do periodically get calls, and they're like, "Listen, we got 2 young men over here that just got arrested for such and such, and dealing with theft or drugs or something like that." I'd be like, "We don't have anything available right now." And you would be the person that's like, "No, come on, bring them on."
Yeah, because I know, like I said, the power and the benefits of a horse.
Yeah.
And so that was my initial thinking.
Yeah.
I'm talking 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
This is 20 years ago in the making, where I have a buddy that's still in Miami. His name is Jerry Johnson. And I said, Jerry, I want to create this environment. I want to create this space where kids can come and work. And instead of going to jail, they come work on the farm, build some character, work with the horses. And Jerry would look at me like, that sounds like a good idea. But the thing about it is, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
But
I get it, though.
Yeah.
I want the good kids though.
Yeah.
No,
Bad
I'm
kids
just
need
kidding. No, they're
love
good
too.
kids. All kids need love,
Yeah.
and it's admirable that you're doing what you do.
So so
we
that
do
was
need a
that
heart.
was the seed.
Yeah.
So my mindset. Remember how we were talking earlier off camera about God's plan versus your plan.
Yes,
So
yes.
my mindset was,
And we're
all
gonna
right,
get into that, by the way.
I'm a go and become rich and famous, and I'm gonna buy this place, and then I'm gonna create it for the kids.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen like that.
It
didn't happen like that.
God be doing it, don't he?
He know how. You know how. Check this out. You know how when
Yeah.
you got your GPS and
Yeah.
you think you're going down the right way,
Yes.
and then you'll see the arrow go this way and that,
that
way.
way, yes.
And then you be like, well, which way am I going? And then you be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna go this way. And then this
Yeah.
thing says rerouting.
Yes.
And see, he has an opportunity to put it like this: God is the orchestrator and the author and finisher of our faith.
That's right. That's right.
So think of it, if he's the author, he knows how the
He
story
knows how the stories go in.
right?
Yes, yes.
And it's just like you sitting and watching a person who's never seen a movie, but you've seen the movie
Yes.
before, but they all shocked, oh my gosh,
Right,
what's going to happen?
right, right.
And they ask you, well, what's going to happen? What's going to
Right.
You be like, wait.
And guess what? We got to make you wait
Yeah.
for a second because we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
But before we go to break, to finish, to get back into this, how can people get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with us on our website, SOOFARanch.com, SOOFA Ranch.com. We're available on all social media sites at SOOFA Ranch, and that's Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, every social media we out there. And so it's at SOOFA Ranch with 2 O's, and you connect with us
You
there.
got to say that because I'm telling you, because I sometimes miss the O. So it's
O-O.
SOOFA, and that's stepping out on faith again.
Because you might have did it before
Come on
and it
now.
didn't work out where you thought it was gonna work out, but you gotta do it again.
That's right.
And I'll get into a story.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that
when we get back.
Well, you're listening to Doni Jones Live. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back with Daryl Fletcher from SOOFA Ranch.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
Had looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen. So I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady with that guy Marty McFly doing what he does in the background today. But today on the show, we also have a gentleman that we've had already having a great conversation with, and that is Daryl Fletcher with SOOFA RANCH. I apologize about fumbling up a little bit. But Daryl, you were already kind of getting into, your story, how you did this, why you did this, and we had to go to break. Can you go ahead and go back into that? Because it was such a powerful demonstration of what God's plan is and how sometimes we know what God has called us to do, but we're not quite sure how we're going to get there.
So, I have two stories. The first story is actually a common known story inside of the Bible, and it surrounds Peter.
Yeah.
And Peter is a professional fisherman. And Peter is fishing all night.
Yeah.
And when he's fishing all night, Yeshua comes up to him and says, "Hey, I want you to go out and cast out again." Now, he had a whole bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
He's like, "Man, I've been fishing all night, and I ain't caught nothing."
Yeah.
But he said, "Nevertheless, at your word, I'm going to do it."
Right.
And so Peter had that stretch out on faith again moment.
Yeah.
You might be
That's
considering
so good.
where I tried this and I tried that, tried to do it this way, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
But he said different. He said, "At your word." So you have to sometimes reassess a situation.
Right.
And like, where did I miss the word
Yeah.
or the guidance or the rerouting
Yeah.
to do it again?
Right.
And that was me. Like I said, my first business was I was a fashion designer, and I did that, and then I was married, and that didn't work, and so I did a whole bunch of stuff that didn't work. And I told you, this dream happened was a dream 20 years ago, and I was like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and it didn't work.
But here's the thing, though. Even though it didn't work, would you say there were some lessons on the way that you needed?
I never lost. I always learned.
There you go. There you go.
So in every experience, it wasn't a loss.
That's
it
right.
It was a learning type situation.
That's right.
So I had to reevaluate some things. And so how we got to this 70 plus acres that we're sitting on right now.
And it's so beautiful, guys.
It was a situation where I wanted to go over here and make a success rather than going here and being successful. What does that mean? I thought I wanted to, I wrote books and doing this and doing that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make money over here and then I'm going to buy this ranch.
Yeah.
But what the key is, I started where I was.
And that's the key. A lot of people don't start where they were.
Yep.
And I know you guys are under the, I know that you all know that we talk a lot about entrepreneurship. And that's why I wanted to bring you on the show.
Yeah.
Is because it's not just about sharing with people your story about SOOFA Ranch. It's the process of it becoming and being birthed into the world. And I think that's where the real story is.
And here's the thing. So my son got into a car accident. And I had my horse trailer and I was pulling my horses and he told me where he was. And I pulled my horse trailer down this road, which was a dirt road. And I made sure my son was all right. So I had to go down this dirt road in order to turn around.
Yeah.
When I went down the dirt road, I saw an old barn sitting on the hill. I was like, I wonder who owns that barn. So I drove around and I got to be able to turn around. And then this lady comes out on her, side by side. She said, "Are you lost?" I said, "No, I'm not lost. But do you know who owns the barn on the hill?" She's like, "Oh, that's our neighbor." I said, "You said, what do you need?" I said, "Well, I've been looking for a place to store my horses. And I thought that would be an ideal location." She said, "Well, give me your number. I'll talk to my husband, and then we'll see what happens of it." So at that time, I had 3 horses.
Yeah.
Man calls me the next day. He said, "Hey, you looking for a place to keep your horses?" I said, "Yes." So I told him what I did, all about who I am and, what I'm all about, equine therapy, giving lessons, yada, yada, yada. And I was still writing books.
Yeah. And
traveling the country and all this type of stuff.
About your books at all?
Sure. So my books were about relationships.
Okay.
So, but I thought I was going to make a super duper living from there.
Gotcha.
So, but when I shifted my focus, here's a stretch out on faith again part.
Okay, stretch out on faith.
I shifted my focus from having 1 + 1 = 2 to really understanding focus on the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we so focused on trying to get the
Get
two.
that 1 + 1 equaling
Yeah,
2. Yeah.
we're trying to get over here trying to get the two.
Yeah.
No, just what's
That's
what's
right.
one?
That's right. That's
So the guy said, hey man, you can use my space. It was 12 acres at the time.
Yeah.
And we started working. We started doing lessons. Put it like this. I went from making $2,000 a month working with horses to over 20 grand a month working with horses.
Now, and you guys, this is so awesome. You went with what you already had.
Exactly.
And stretched out on faith
Again.
And that's what a lot of people don't do. They think that it's gonna manifest, you know, in this like supernatural, super crazy way.
Yeah.
But God is like, listen, there's a path to this.
There is. So,
and it'll start to fall into place
so put it
if
like
you
this.
take the first step.
Exactly. So this is where we get the concept of 6 P's of success.
Yes.
So those 6 P's of success: passion, purpose, planning, preparation, process, and persistence.
And
right?
I wanted to ask you about that, but you're already on it.
I'm already on it.
You're already on it.
I'm already on it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say those again slower: passion, purpose, planning, preparation, process,
Yes.
and persistence.
Yes.
Now, passion is to your success is what gas is to your car.
That's right.
Okay? When you feel like giving up, you can have a car with good wheels, good engine, but if you ain't got no gas, guess what? You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So even when you need to take a break in that car, you just sit by the side of the road, but your gas tank is still full, and you can get on the road again.
That's right.
That's passion.
And I'm sure there's been times that you felt like giving
Man,
up
come
in this
on now.
in this pursuit.
We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna talk about that right now.
But that's the story behind the story.
Yeah,
But no,
that's the
go
story
ahead.
behind the
But we
story.
do want to talk about the 6
Yeah, we'll
Ps,
talk
so
about
go
that
ahead.
next segment.
Okay.
So passion, right? So now I'm passionate about something. I'm passionate about horses. I got a purpose. I know why I'm doing what
Yes.
I'm doing, right? I got a plan. I know I want to have a big farm and big acreage and all this type of stuff. Even and then I got to be prepared. So I had
Yes.
to incorporate my business
Right.
and 501c3 and this and that.
Yeah.
And at that time I had 3 horses, right?
Yeah.
In 8 months, I went from 3 horses to 12 horses.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing.
Can you explain a little bit how you got there? Because people they'll see somebody like you and they go, oh, I can't do that, you know, in their own life, whatever they pursue. Because they don't see the steps that it took for things to fall into place.
Well, here's how we went from 3 horses to 12 horses. One, we provided high quality service.
Yes, you did.
High quality service.
Yes.
And not only that, we made every customer feel important and special.
That's right. I'm a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we had to get an experience. See, many times people are so busy trying to be famous that they forget the little things.
Yes. Well, what is that you be faithful over a few?
Yeah, you be faithful over a few things and God will make you rule over many.
Many. There you go.
So at the end of the day, I had 3 horses and I was faithful. And I was even at one point in time, I asked my wife, I said, you think we should sell these horses?
Really?
I was ready to give up. I was ready to give up. She's like, baby, no, don't sell the horses, because at that time the horses were my mental free space.
Yeah.
She said, you need the horses. You
need the horses.
Yeah, you need the horses
Yeah.
because the horses provide you a level of stress relief.
Yes.
But I was ready to sell them jokers.
Right, because you was ready to give up.
I was ready to give it all up.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Yeah.
Because the horses at that time seemed like a bill versus an enjoyment.
Yes.
Because horses take your horses.
They take quite a bit of money.
It's a lot of money.
I've had horses before,
Yeah.
believe me.
Yeah.
But by you being faithful with those few horses, you were able to, in a very short period of time, get up to 12 horses.
Correct.
And then after that, you were able to acquire this beautiful property that
Correct.
we're on. And those of you that are listening to the show right now on Spotify or iTunes, you still need to go jump over to YouTube so you can see a version of this show. You can kind of see the background, and you can see my horsey that I ride, which is Gracie, back there, Grace, which I'm going to talk a little bit about, because a lot of the names of your horses represent something spiritual.
Correct.
But I wanted you to finish the P's real quick.
So, after you understand that you have to have passion, purpose, planning, and preparation, you have to be willing and understanding that you got to go through a process.
Yeah.
So many people want to go through the process. They want to skip the process and get to the promise.
Yes.
But you can't skip the process.
Come on.
You can't skip you can't get to the promise trying to skip the process.
Yeah.
But here's the last P, persistence. When I wanted to give up, I didn't.
Yeah.
I took a break,
Yeah.
but I didn't give up.
Yeah.
So
And it's okay to take a break.
It's okay to take a
And
break.
I think sometimes people think that break is failure. You know, for me, I'm going through this weight loss thing, right? And I'll do well, and then I fail. And I'll do well, not fail, I'll learn. Like you were saying. So you're already teaching me. You're already teaching me.
Yeah.
And then I learn what works for my body and what doesn't.
Yep.
You know, I've learned that I'm totally not going to give up meat. I'm not. I've tried. I'm not I wound up nearly anemic giving up meat 100%. Now, I know for some people that works. So I threw a little bit of animal protein in there, but I had to go through the process. And so now looking back, I've lost weight.
Yeah.
Because I did not give up on the process.
Exactly.
But we're going to take a quick break.
Go ahead.
Because I want to stick to your story, not my story. Once again, how can people get in contact with you?
They can go to our website, SOOFARANCH.com. That's SOOFA ranch.com. They can follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
All of it.
All of it.
And it's SOFA, not SOOFA. So don't
Yeah.
be listening to
Yeah.
me. Listen to him. SOFA Ranch.
Yeah. So at SOFA, SOO Ranch, at SOFA Ranch. You can follow us there.
I love it. I'm Doni the Tree Lady. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Nearly 160,000 students stay home from school each day to avoid getting bullied.
More than 8 million people have an eating disorder in America.
You're ugly, worthless, and stay.
When you say something hurtful to someone, you can't erase it. It hurts.
Things like this are serious. It's a cry for help when you have no voice. It can end in suicide.
If you see or know somebody that's cutting, help them or tell an adult.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
Had looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen. So I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. We are here with Daryl Fletcher, and man, what a powerful, powerful moment we're having right now with Daryl Fletcher from SOOFA Ranch. I'm gonna get it right, y'all. SOOFA Ranch.
The other O is silent.
The other O, SOOFA Ranch. I love it. But no, seriously, I still cannot get past the stepping out on faith again, because I feel like so many people need to hear that.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to go ahead and finish your story where we're talking about the 6 Ps and the process of being where you are right now.
So the process is really important.
Yeah.
And the reason why the process is really important, it's a very familiar biblical story of Naaman. Naaman had a skin condition, and Naaman wanted to, get his skin condition cleared up. The man told him, hey, go see the prophet. The prophet then said, hey, man, just go down to the dirty water and dip yourself 7 times.
Yeah.
Now, Naaman was passionate. He had a purpose. He had a plan. He was prepared.
Yeah.
What he struggled with was the process. He struggled with the process of doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
Or struggled with the process of what it looked like.
Yeah.
And that's where many entrepreneurs fail.
That's right.
They want to be an overnight success.
That's right. And there is no such thing as overnight.
There's no such thing as an overnight success. And so many times people come out here like, man, how did you get all of this land?
Yeah.
First, I was diligent where I was.
Yeah. And you probably managed your money.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I was diligent where I was. But not only that, I had to provide. So there are other people who are in my arena of business.
Right. I understand.
And they have passion, planning, purpose, and all that type of stuff. But on my website, it's very user friendly.
Yeah.
You could do everything. You could do 90% of what you need to do on my website.
It's right there on your website. Yeah.
So I provided, once again, good customer service.
Yeah.
And so I went through the process.
Yeah.
So Naaman didn't want to go through the process. He's like, hey man, go dip yourself in the water, and when you dip yourself in the water, you'll be all right.
Right.
But here's the thing. The instruction was dip yourself 7 times, right? If he would have dipped himself 5 times, he wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
If he would have dipped himself 6 times, he wouldn't have got it. The instructions were very specific of 7.
Yeah.
And that's where that persistence comes in. That's where that 6 Ps come in. You got to be willing to go through the process and then even being persistent in your pursuit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to want to give up. But if you know that this is something that you're supposed to be doing, then go ahead and pursue it.
Yeah. So clearly, for you to go from 3 to 12 horses, your business exploded.
It exploded.
By taking care of those 6 Ps.
What really exploded our business was someone came. I didn't know who they were, but I gave them high quality service, good customer service. And they went back and did a story on me that got to a big publication. And literally, I'm not joking, literally, we had 700 followers on Instagram. That was Wednesday. By Friday, we had 3,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, wow. Wow. And now you've got like
a couple of thousand.
No,
couple
you got
thousand.
more than
A couple of thousand. We're not going to talk about
Go
numbers.
find them on TikTok. It's a lot.
But the point is, I was borrowing horses trying to serve my customers, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I got to borrow your a horse for 4 hours. And they were like, they give me a card. They give me a fee. So I told my wife, I was like, and one day I paid $400 to borrow 3 or 4 horses.
Right.
I said, I can go buy a horse I go buy a horse for $400.
Where you gonna buy a horse? I just bought a horse for my daughter, and believe me, it was not. It was.
You
it
have
was way
to know where to shop.
Okay, well, next time I need to talk to you.
So I worked with an organization called Second Stride.
Oh, okay.
So Second Stride is an organization in Kentucky.
Okay.
Where They have off the track racehorses
Okay.
that are looking for a second chance.
Okay.
They're retired.
Okay.
They're done. And so basically we adopt those horses.
That's
the most
awesome.
I've ever paid for a horse was $1,000.
Okay, I'm done. I'm calling my daughter right now.
Yeah.
And we're going to take our horse back. I'm just kidding. No, but okay, so to be more specific about what SOOFA Ranch does, what exactly do you offer so
We
that people
offer-
can come visit you?
Yes, we offer horseback riding experience for the novice and the person that wants an introductory to horses. We also give experiences to persons like yourself who have experience in riding. We do lessons for those who want to not just have a one-time experience, but they want to actually get proficient in riding.
Yeah.
And then we also use horses for equine therapy.
Now, can you talk a little bit more about that? Because I think that's super powerful.
Yeah, so equine therapy is where we take a horse or we take a person and connect them with the horse and match them with the horse. And we take them through a series of exercises, questions, and just a whole bunch of things. And then we help them identify some of the anxiety that's in their life. We help them identify some of the communication barriers that they may be having. And we help them build their confidence, because what we do is when I'm working with the person and I start asking them a whole bunch of questions, what many people don't even realize is their bodies are giving off a certain amount of energy. And when they're giving off that certain amount of energy, their body begins to create a different smell. Well, the horses pick up on that smell, and the horses feel the
serious?
and the horses pick up on that vibration. So as I'm working and talking with them, I'm watching the horse, and the horse can tell me what that particular person may be dealing with.
Okay.
And so if the horse starts backing up,
Yeah.
I know that the person is nervous. If the horse starts being more aggressive, I know that person may be dealing with some anger issues.
So why did Grace take off on me the other day?
Well, you know why Grace took off on you the other day? Here's the thing. Horses are herd animals.
Okay.
And they always get their cues from their herd leader.
Yeah.
So when you're riding and you're nervous, that's an indication to her, oh shucks, something's wrong.
Okay.
And if something is wrong, a horse's natural inclination is, I got to get out of here.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
if you're nervous,
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
You're making the horse
Yeah.
nervous and like, okay, what's wrong?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we can overcome that
Yeah.
through a series of techniques, and we get you to affirm a
Yeah.
particular situation.
Yeah.
So when you affirm a particular situation, you don't fight thoughts with thoughts. You fight thoughts with words. So that's why we use a series of affirmations to get
Yeah.
a person to really understand, I'm going to have a good ride.
Yes.
I'm not going to fall off.
That's
I'm
right.
going to have a good
Good
ride,
ride.
and nothing's going to happen.
That's right.
And so the more they say that, we get them to close their eyes, do a couple of deep breathing exercises, they feel calm and they feel
Yeah.
at ease. So they feel at calm, the horse is at ease. So now the horse can focus on what they're really trained to do and just walk.
Yeah.
And so once we get them to overcome that, once we get them from away from the horse, now we get all the things that they have learned on the horse, how they can turn around and begin to implement that into their everyday life.
I love it. I love it. And it is so true. But the thing that excites me about what you do is you're introducing this to the Black community.
Correct.
And, my daughter, she rides, but she does go to a private school and she does all this foo-foo stuff. And a lot of the people that I see in that environment don't look like us.
Correct.
So when I see you, I'm like, oh my God, everybody needs to know about this.
Put it like this. I'm the only Black-owned equine assisted learning therapist in South Atlanta.
Get
If you
outta
Google
here.
Black Equine Therapy, I'm
You
going to
gonna
show
come- you
I'm
gonna-
gonna show
I was gonna
it. So I was sitting. Interesting story. I'm sitting at a round table of potential donors in my organization, right? And so and nobody in the room looks like me.
Of
I'm
course,
just saying like that, right? And so they had this arrogance of, well, what makes you so special? Because they have been around horses and they have been around equine therapy, right? And so they had this aura of what makes you so special.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm the only person of color in my area that's doing this.
Yeah.
And they were like, they really couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I said, Google. I said, Google Black equine therapist. You know what you're gonna find? They're like, what? Me.
That's right. That's right.
So,
which actually, that's good for business.
That's good for business.
When they
but at
pull
the
up
end of
Black
the day,
Tree Service, I show up.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when we're off camera, we talked about 3 words.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Representation.
Yes.
And opportunity.
That's right.
This land represents the legacy of my grandfather. Yeah. My grandfather sold his land or was swindled out of his land. And so now I have an opportunity to be a legacy to my grandchildren.
That's right.
It represents it represents representation. Yeah. People having an opportunity to see that I don't just have to be a lawyer. I don't just have to be a doctor.
Right.
I don't just have to do this. I can live off the land.
Well, we used to live off the land.
We used to, but we've gotten away from it because there's a stigma behind it and a connotation that only slaves do that.
Right.
And then the last word is opportunity.
Yeah.
I have so much opportunity and potential here.
That's right.
To show people different patterns. And so one of the programs that we'll be working with is our agricultural program where we're taking kids and showing them how to grow microgreens. Wow. So with microgreens, we now have the opportunity to combat the drug dealer because I can show a kid how they can
what
make.
What kind of greens are you talking about?
I'm going to tell you. So microgreens are basically baby sprouts.
Oh,
they
nice.
take 10 to 15 days to germinate.
Okay.
The average microgreen grower makes anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a week.
What?
Now, if I show little Johnny how he can do that in his basement, in his garage, in a corner of his room, show him how to make $1,500 in 1 week, he don't have to go out and be a drug dealer.
That's right.
He
can deal different kind of greens.
There you go.
I love it.
There it is, right
it.
there. That's what we do at SOOFA Ranch.
Well, you know, and SOOFA Ranch is a blessing to our community. You're a blessing. This is just so exciting to be able to share this with the world. It really is. And I want you to tell us one more time how to get in contact with you. But I also want to talk about an event that you've got coming up in our next segment because I think that's really important also. So once again, how can people get in contact with you?
Go to our website, SOOFARanch.com. That's 2 O's, SOOFA ranch.com. And you can follow us on all social media at SOOFA Ranch.
Yes. Once again, you're listening to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
Had looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen. So I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, from failure to fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am here with Daryl Fletcher of SOOFA Ranch. I got it right.
Him.
Yeah. But it is just an honor to be able to share space with you right now, because what you're doing is so beautiful, and it's such a gift to our community. And so thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
And in fact, you've got a fundraiser coming up,
Yes.
an event coming up that
Exactly.
I'd like for you to tell people about.
Well, SOOFA Ranch is a 501c3 organization.
Yes.
And so we are recognized federally as a nonprofit organization. So with that, we actually have a fundraiser coming up in March the 6th, and there'll be more information on our website about that. So what we're doing is we just purchased this land, right?
So beautiful.
So we got to prepare the land and get it all ready for our upcoming summer camp.
Yeah.
So we have a summer camp serving ages 9 to 17, teaching kids about horses, chickens, alpacas, pygmy goats, and just giving them an opportunity to really immerse themselves into a situation where it's a day camp.
Yeah.
So you can drop your kids at 8 o'clock, come pick them up at 4, and they've had lunch, they've played with horses, they've fed chickens, they've done archery, so all these different things. Yeah. But in order to do that, it takes dollars.
Yes, it does.
And so on March 6th, we're going and we're having a fundraiser here on the property, and our goal is to reach $250,000, which will help us once again prepare ourselves for the summer camp, and also help some improvements here on the land. Got a quick story in reference to the summer camp. So last year in 2021 was my first year doing a summer internship program. And so there was a gentleman by the name of Q. At the time, Q's parents were going through a separation. Q was really, struggling with some of the challenges that he was facing, and he was working with some of his cousins that were really working with in the internship program. It came out that Q was getting involved into some things that he shouldn't have been getting involved in.
Things we don't want Q involved in.
Yeah. Yes. So his mother came to me. She's like, "Hey, so his mother was actually a customer.
Okay.
His mother came and did a trail ride. She said, "I want my son here to be in this environment. Do you have something for him to do?" I said, "Yeah, I got an internship program."
There's always something to do on a farm.
There's always something to do on the farm. So we created the program. When Q started, Q was real laid back, chill, trying to be cool, whatever. Yeah. And by the end of the summer, he had a pep in his step, and he had a certain quickening about himself. Yeah. We taught Q how to ride horses. We taught Q how to take care of horses. We taught Q how to brush horses, groom them, feed them, all of that. Yeah. By the end of the summer, Q said to me, he said, "Mr. Fletcher, do you mind give me a letter of recommendation for a job?" I said, "I ain't got no problem with that, Q. I'll be a reference for you." Yeah. Q went after that job. Q got the job at Publix. Yeah. Now, first of all, Q had to be able to pass a drug test in order to get the job. He was able to. I
love it. Yes, absolutely.
Q had to have references that because Q never had a job. Yeah. We were able to provide that for him.
That's right.
Q was able to say, "I was in this type of environment and performed these type of skills. That's where I'm qualified for this particular position."
Yeah.
He was able to do that. And SOOFA Ranch provided Q with that opportunity. Yeah. So the goal of our summer camp is to create 8,000 Qs. We want to duplicate that.
That's right. Yeah.
We want to be able to duplicate that and say, we took this kid and brought him over here, and they learned this skill that they could put on a resume and say, "I have this skill and I can perform this task."
And we want to help you with that.
Exactly.
We need you all's help.
Yep.
To make that happen.
Yep.
8,000 cues, and you know what? It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
We don't just want it to happen. It's going to happen.
Going to
it's
happen.
already been set forth.
Yep.
What do they say? It is finished.
is
Before it even
done.
started, it is done.
It is done.
You know.
So if you want to learn more about how you can contribute to that, you can go to our website. There is a more button. You click the more button, click donate, and you have an opportunity to give there. Or you can come out to join us here on campus on March the 6th and have an opportunity to see us in action.
And March the 6th at what time?
March the 6th is at 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
We have a live band. We have some entertainment. There'll be a whole bunch of people from the county and the city here, and just really giving us an opportunity to connect with our environment and our community that will say, hey, we care about that next generation.
Absolutely.
And we want to create more cues like that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Exactly.
And it's just, what you are doing is powerful. I was exposed to this type of thing as a child. My dad used to take us out to the country and we would ride horses. For people that don't understand the importance of being around horses and why it's so important, before we close out, what would you say to a mom or dad that's sitting there going, I don't know if my kids would like this? What would you say to them?
I would say there's two important things that you would get an opportunity to hang around horses and to hang around this environment. Emotional mindfulness. And the reason why that is important is because many people, you ever heard somebody, you got kids, and you probably heard them say, well, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Yeah.
When you're around horses and when you're in this environment, we make you mindful of every decision that you make.
Yeah.
Because a horse, how beautiful and majestic they are, can be a dangerous animal.
Yeah.
So every step has to be calculated.
Yeah.
Everything has to, you have to know, understand, and know why you did that. Even going back to Q, so Q was riding one day, right?
Yeah.
And so Q was riding on the horse, and he's riding on the horse. And so we're talking 2 or 3 weeks in.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it takes people months to get into a canter. So Q was on a canter, and he's going and going. And the horse, he basically started not paying attention to the horse, and there was a puddle.
Oh, gosh.
The horse saw the puddle.
Yeah.
The horse sideswiped the puddle, and Q got off his balance. From head to toe, Q was black and mud.
Oh.
Now, when we got back to the barn, Q was not hurt, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
please say it, because the whole thing was, I want people, I want you all to bring your kids.
Yeah.
And you as an adult, I want to bring adults and kids here.
Yeah.
So
he was not hurt.
Yeah.
But we talked about the lesson behind what his fall. And what he said, I stopped paying attention. And so many times we teach what we call the Bec System. Okay. The Bec System is balance, engagement, and communication. Yeah. No matter how fast you go, no matter how slow you go, got to maintain your balance.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you make, no matter how little money you make, you got to have balance.
Oh, this is so good.
So, and then the E is for the engagement.
Yeah.
You have to be actively engaged in the process of riding the horse. If you're not actively engaged in the process of riding the horse will take you for a ride versus you riding the horse.
I think that's what happened when I fell off the horse. That was a while ago, though.
Yeah.
Not at SOOFA RANCH.
Yeah.
No.
So with that, what does that look like in life?
Yeah.
If you're not actively involved in the decisions that you make, life will begin to live you versus you living life.
That's right.
And communication. Everything you do around the horse is communicating something.
That's right. That's right.
And every time you show up in the world, you're communicating something.
That's right.
You have to be the controller of what you communicate. And so that's some of the things that your children will have an opportunity to learn at a summer camp at SOOFA RANCH, to go out and be productive, contributing members of society.
That's right.
And even if you don't want your child to come to SOOFA RANCH, you can get another child to go to SOOFA RANCH.
That's right.
All you got to do is go over to our website, SOOFARanch.com, click the donate button, and we'll make sure a kid has an opportunity to go to SOOFA Ranch.
And I would invite someone to go click the donate button right now. You don't have to wait till, because I know you got the event on March 6th, but I really want people to understand this can be an ongoing thing. You can support this on an ongoing basis because what you are doing is so needed and it's so powerful and it's so meaningful and therapeutic, like you said. And it's not just for the, we always have this idea that horsemanship is only for the privileged. But it started out as a basic thing. We were the first cowboys in this country, people of color. And I think it's something we need, especially now that there's a big movement towards mental health and towards getting outside and just being more in tune with nature. I think this is a great opportunity. So if you get the chance, go donate to SOOFA Ranch because your money will be sown into good soil. Once again, how to get in contact with you, and any last words that you'd like to share with our wonderful listening and watching audience.
I just really want to encourage everyone to go over our website, SOOFARanch.com, SOOFA ranch.com. Follow us on social media and just learn more about us. If you want to, some people need a warm up before they start giving their money. You can send us
This is a warm up. Y'all want to give me money right now. Y'all missing. This man been preaching. He been talking about horses. He's leading people in mindset stuff and mindfulness therapy.
So just go to our website, follow us on social media. You can find out what we're all about, and we'll give you an opportunity to really learn and grow with us. And so on the back of my shirt, it says build character, build connection, and build confidence. And that's what we're really all about. We want to build character in this next generation. We want to build confidence, and we want to build connection with people.
And on that note, I love it. Thank you once again, Daryl.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And this has been a pure joy for me. You've made my job easy.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm here to do.
Well, once again, thank you for checking out this week's episode of Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady. And yes, that guy, Marty McFly, is around here making things happen. Check out next week's episode, which will also have an exciting guest that we're excited about. Once again, I am Doni the Tree Lady. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen, so I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup, so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, from failure to fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.
You may have wondered if you really need to wear a mask. Emergency physicians want you to know that covering your face when you need to be in public is one of the most effective and easy ways to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Even if you don't think you're sick, it's still smart to cover your nose and mouth with a mask or cloth because you could be infected and contagious, but not show any symptoms. Droplets of the virus emitted when someone talks, breathes, coughs, or sneezes can live in the air for up to 3 hours. Without a cure, personal choices and safe behaviors are the best defense against spreading COVID-19 and overwhelming our healthcare system. Cover your face, wash your hands frequently, and practice social distancing. These 3 simple steps offer the best protection until we have a vaccine. Communities may be reopening, but we are not out of the woods yet. We can all do our part.
Stay safe, cover your face.
Stay safe and cover your face.
Stay safe, cover your face.